And our word for today on this Tuesday of the third week of Advent, this Tuesday, December the 17th, our word for today is genealogy. Genealogy, and here to talk about it, Kendra Von Esh. Good morning, Kendra.
Good morning, gentlemen. Dave, you sound like you're a little under the weather. How you feeling?
I am, I'm 8 feet under the weather, I think. So, yeah.
But right in time for Christmas.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's all knocked out before then.
All my family's really excited to see me.
All right, here's the family. Here's you, Dave.
And I have to say, Ron, I laughed as hard as Dave did with your elf cookie bar.
Yeah,
where they go to
funny. That's very funny.
It was a very good one. Okay, so today's word is genealogy. And I don't know about you, I'm talking to you two and everyone else as your listeners. How many times do you hear the genealogy at Mass and you're like,
yeah,
oh boy, here we go. Or maybe you're a little bit bored with it. But when we listen to Matthew, and Matthew was written for the Jews, it is proof that Jesus is the Messiah. And I think if any of us have any Jewish friends, or if we're in any conversations about faith with the Jewish folks in our lives, then we can bring up this beautiful gospel and prove that he is the Messiah. So Brant Petrie does other great typologies from the Old Testament to the New Testament. I think it's called Catholic Productions. Big shout out to him. I don't even know him, but his stuff is great. And I also think about genealogy as far as you and I are concerned. Like, I don't really know my family history. I'm actually suffering with some hyperthyroidism right now. And I'm on this drug that you can't even touch with your hands. You have to wear gloves. Wow. You should see the side effects of this thing. But I'm taking it because my aunt had the same thing. So it kind of runs in your family. So from a health perspective, you may or may not know what's going on that might be affecting you. Of course, we can change our genes through epigenetics by changing our diet and our lifestyle, but it's always good to know. My father, I gave him a gift, 23andMe. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's the genealogy.
So it wouldn't work. He had to put his saliva in this tube, mailed it in twice. And he's like, I guess I'm dead. I don't know what's going on with this. So I really still don't know. But I also think from a religious perspective, who we are and what our ancestors were like, because we might have people in our family that are Freemasons, for example. And you have to do a lot of prayers with holy people on holy ground, with priests. It's a thing. And it takes a while to cast out any of those evil spirits that have been in your generation over and over again. So I don't know if I have anyone who was a Freemason in my life. Do you guys?
Well, I got to think about that.
Yeah, look, I know my family history too well, and so
that's good.
And you are right that my mother being a committed woman of faith and really coming strongly into her faith at a certain point in her life, we looked at those family histories and those family ties and those things that can certainly carry over from one generation to the next, and pray for those individuals, but also pray for separation from those, from the particular things that they were involved in. It's important.
It is. How about you, Ron? Do you know much of your family history?
I know some. There's always somebody in the family that does the research and has the records and so forth. So I've been able to learn a whole lot. Not a whole lot of skeletons, although it could be sanitized. I don't know. But there's always a black sheep or two, and in our family, you can kind of trade places.
Have either of you guys done any of those, ancestry types of things where you give your saliva in?
Yeah.
Like a 23andMe?
Yeah, so my son got that for me for Christmas, and I'll just tell you real quickly, in my family, we are very proud of our French heritage. In fact, so proud that we had a miniature Eiffel Tower as our post lamp in the house that we grew up in. One of our uncles built an actual Eiffel Tower for us to have as our post lamp to kind of, wave the flag for our French heritage. Turns out we have no French blood in us at all. None None whatsoever. I have a French name. My family must have been owned by French people. That's the best I can say. So I have no idea.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
It was heartbreaking. He being my son that bought that for me, and I have not spoken since. No, I'm just kidding. But definitely heartbreaking.
So what are you if you're not French?
I'm German. I'm Irish. A little bit of English, and then mutts and a bunch of stuff elsewhere. But a little bit of Swiss. So maybe up in the Alps.
A lot of German
maybe
Shepherd
where I got
in
the
my
name.
family.
Yeah,
a lot of German Shepherd in my family.
Yeah, a lot of German Shepherd.
Kendra, have a wonderful Christmas. We won't be chatting next week because we'll be on vacation, but the week after, can't wait to reconnect with you.
Thank you. You too as well. God bless the audience as well.
Kendra.
Take care.
God bless.
Hey, thanks for joining us for Morning Offering on this Tuesday.